was Trusted Sec and Binary Defense founder and CEO, David Kennedy. Next, we're going to hear from Michelle Moore, who's with TechCore, about their big mobile hackathon at North High School in Akron, coming up on Saturday, November 11th. Michelle, can you tell me what's TechCore?
So TechCore is a nonprofit organization founded in 1995 by Gary Beach. It's in Columbus, but we've since expanded out. And we've got a huge region here where I'm at, which is Northeast Ohio, and we are growing in other areas like New Jersey, California, and Georgia as well.
What does TechCore do?
We try to excite and empower students, right? Traditionally kids of color, so Black and Hispanic students, girls, and students from rural areas. So these are all students that would be underrepresented in the computer science field. And we do this by educating them with experiences, short-term experiences, 6-week experiences, even workshops, and the hackathon, which is what we were able to get in touch with you about. But we bring to these students in areas that we know, normally don't have these types of programs, so that we can get them excited about their future.
Excellent. And kind of the overall goal then is to expand their knowledge in what kinds of ways?
For the younger kiddos, 3rd through 8th grade, we do camps, and we teach them stuff like robotics and programming, app development, web development, 3D printing, and newest was digital animation. And so students have a good time. They spend a week with us. They meet other students. And then at the end of the week, they present. So they have a final presentation that parents are invited to come see as well.
That sounds fun. So little kids can learn how to build robots and do computer animation?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So you're going to do an event, and it's called a hackathon.
So we're trying to get students to come together and create an app. And the app is something that we're hoping will, empower their community, right? So the students are the ones that would have the divine design behind that, whether they think something that would help their community is, recycling, or it may be mental health apps. It could be a number of things. So we let the kids figure out, what their team wants to do. And then they come in the morning of the hackathon, and they start with our instructors. Our instructors are usually college students that are local, right? And that are usually Hispanic, underrepresented as well, so that these students that we have in front of us can see people that look like them and get excited about their futures again. These instructors will teach them for the first half of the morning how to use the Apple Swift platform that we're going to be using this year. And then around lunch, they're going to break out into teams that we assign. And then they're going to be assigned a mentor, which is usually an industry professional person or a college student, that's majoring in computer science or engineering. And then they'll start working on who's going to play what role in this team, what the app's going to be. They have to decide on all that. And our mentor is kind of like a liaison. The mentor isn't necessarily going to teach them how to do the app, because we have the instructors for that, but more the glue that's going to hold the team together and keep everybody excited about what they're working on, help them work on their final presentations and that type of thing. And then towards the end, they are going to each go into a room. The teams are going to go into a room with the judges. They're going to present, and the judges are going to get together, collaborate, and talk about scores. And then the winners will be announced at the end of the evening, and they'll be awarded a $200 check per student.
That sounds great. As they're working on this, they're not actually going to produce the app. They're going to produce the idea for the app, right? Or do they actually use the tool and produce the actual app while they're involved in this process?
So that's a great question. Some students don't get as far as others, which is okay, as long as we can show the judges they worked as a team, their idea was great, they have some coding in there, and some really concepts of the app that show what they were working towards. Some students end up with a completely developed app that works, the links work and that type of thing. So the goal is just based on each individual team and the amount of experience they come in with, and all the students get tons of kudos for even coming in, because the majority of our kids that come in, they don't have any experience at all.
And again, this is for ages what?
So this is 9th through 12th grade high school students.
Okay, and even if they don't know anything about technology, they can come in and participate and maybe come out having developed an actual app. That's kind of cool.
And that's exactly why we do it, right? Because we don't want students to just not include themselves in this computer science industry because they don't have any experience. Even though they're in 9th grade, they can start experiencing these things through us, through our collaborating partners and other organizations that are doing things, and potentially go on to college and take it up and learn it and be excited and confident in what they're learning and doing.
This tool that you're using, you mentioned, what's it called?
Swift.
And it's an Apple tool?
It's an Apple platform. Mm-hmm. And so the students will all be given an iPad to use for the day. So they'll all be working on iPads creating this app. Apple is giving us sort of like a template format to start with. So we kind of have like an outline that they can choose from, and then they dive in from there.
I see. So if I were the person that were using this, one of the kids, I could say, okay, my neighborhood doesn't have enough grocery stores. I'd like to find out where I could go get fresh produce and the routes I could go to get it and that kind of thing. And then I could somehow fill in the blanks and put in grocery stores and bus routes and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Maybe I should come and be in the event
You
then.
should come. You should be a mentor. We're actually looking for another mentor in Akron. You don't have to have any experience in Apple or Swift or any of that. You just come in as kind of a team lead.
Okay, that sounds cool. So tell me, this is a collaboration then between your nonprofit organization and Akron Public Schools Career Academies?
So Akron Public Schools is the host site. AT&T is the funder. And then we have some other amazing funders that come in alongside and provide other opportunities. Willow Tree Apps, Ohio X, and then in the other counties. So like in Columbus, Franklin County, DEI, they're the ones that are funding there. And then here locally where I'm at, Nordson Corporation Foundation is funding here.
So tell me about some of the success stories that you've had, some of the more inspiring results you've had from these hackathons in the past. You've been doing it for a while, right?
Yeah, we have. So, I'm not sure if it would share with you or not, but the students that win are invited to go to the State House for an event in December and get recognized and meet their rep, the rep that's in their area. If they're able to come, they come and, greet the students, and usually we give them food, and parents are invited. The parents of the winning teams are invited. So that's always huge and exciting. But TechCore as a whole, we have so many experiences that we offer that we have students that start elementary, middle school with us taking techie camps. And then I'll hear a couple years later, like, I'm in your high school program now, and I took techie camps in third grade, all the way to we've hired some of our instructors who were in our programs, who did them, some of them come back multiple years to do the programs, who are now computer science college students at Case Western and Cleveland State University and Lorain County Community College. So I was able to hire a few of them as my instructors. They come back and volunteer. It's just a huge community that we're building by doing this.
It sounds inspiring to the extent that a lot of people, when they think about technology, they get maybe a little bit scared because they think, I have to be a giant brain, computer science, ultra expert in order to even get started, and they feel daunted and afraid to get started. And I would imagine that your program helps them overcome that.
Definitely. I mean, we're very user friendly. Majority of the students that come into our programs, besides the returners that have done it, when they're younger, are first time students into this computer space, area, because a lot of the schools, like I said, that we partner with, they are unable to offer these things in school because they're still trying to figure it out. So we partnered with these schools in the summer to offer something in the hopes that hopefully they'll launch something during the school year, and it'll just be this pipeline that we're building within these communities so that students just are excited about it. They can get into it and are comfortable and confident.
Great. So tell me one more time, when is this event and where and who can be involved in it?
Okay, so it'll be November 11th, which is a Saturday. It'll be at North High School in Akron. It's open to all Akron Public School students, 9th through 12th grade, no experience necessary. We're also looking for volunteers and mentors in Akron. So hopefully we can get a mentor or two out of this call. And the mentors are the people that kind of lead the teams and help just be the liaison and answer questions and keep the glue together on the team.
Okay, great. So if anybody in our community does want to get involved, how do they get in touch with you then?
So they can check our website, www.techcore.org, but absolutely they can reach out to me. And I can be reached email, so that's mmoore@techcore.org, or they can call me, 440-396-5215.
That was Michelle Moore, who's the regional manager for TechCore in Northeast Ohio. We'd like to thank her and David Kennedy for being on our program today. And I'm your host, Jeanne Destro. Thanks for listening to this special edition of This Week in Tech. Stay happy and healthy, and we'll see you again next week.